This is day 3 of my personal dream journeying and opening, and I'm sitting here. My body is awakening and opening, and I ask in this session, I do not know what all is there, if all this has been planned ahead, but there is a part of me deep in my soul. And right now I am actually seeing a pathway open up before me in wood. It's very interesting as it peels away, like the pathway peels away for it to be soft ground. And I just want to bring awareness to my desire to release anything that I am holding within my system that is not been decided or is not understanding how to enter into the pathway of love, devotion to God, to what is, and to surrender, and to the joy that is there. As I do this, I feel my shoulder jump. There's pain in it. And for whatever gets to be realized and opened in infinite love and gratitude to be opened, and for love and light to be found, for me to be able to walk in this truth and joy. I know that it seems deep, and there may be genetic in the family parts to this, and the feeling that I've been walking through, really seeing not only healing my shoulder on my right side, but perhaps energy of cancer. So I ask in infinite love and gratitude and humility that whatever healing or opening can take place around this, and whatever else is ready in my life, that it be opened. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I am feeling into my shoulder as I come into this experience, and I feel my eyes and third eye activating, and this pathway unfolding before me. It feels kind of like I'm being led to a large house, and there's a clear pathway, but I don't see a door yet. I'm walking down, and there's this door in the sideways of these shrubs that surround the house. And so there's a side door, but then I'm getting a glimpse of the front door as I walk forward. It seems like it has one large door in the center and then 2 windows, but they're boarded up almost. It feels boarded up, like the windows mimic the top circular portion of the door, almost like this is a chapel, a white chapel, but it's old. And I see the outline of the door, but I don't see a way to come in. I look at the front door, and is there a lock in the front? Like, it feels like I'm seeing the front and there isn't, but I'm seeing the other side, and there's a switch to unlock and open. And right below it, there's this shape of a heart. All of this is like painted over white. And I just turned the knob and unlocked, and the door's open. So I am on both sides of the door, or was. Interesting. So I'm seeing this door has opened, and I'm feeling that within myself, through my chest, this opening, this door opening. So I'm breathing in this like new air opening, and I'm breathing into this space. It's large and feels very empty. And there's old wood beams that run across the lengthwise, and a center beam up atop that is straddled by two other beams on the side, like the center beam going up supporting the roof, and then the side beams going out to the bottom of the roof where, and then it's like I'm looking up at it, and I'm looking down at this, where this connection occurs, and it's like the connection occurs at Big Knot. Like there's this knot area right there. I'm feeling, is that located near my third eye, back in there's a knot. I breathe in. I allow this knotted area to soften, for me to receive and understand, for this body to be enlightened and loved. Through my breath, I'm feeling a softening and an opening as my third eyes and my eyes open in a different way. I actually feel like they're being pulled. There's this opening and expansion, like they're being pulled from their sockets, like it's stretching the muscle tissue in the back of the eye. It's stretching. I'm feeling it stretch, and open and soften slowly. Open and soften slowly. Oh, right. I am in this room, and there's a wooden chair, and this looks like a teddy bear or bunny. It keeps on switching back and forth, and the teddy bear has this hat on, and this bunny has this like kind of Mickey Mouse cute hat, and his ears coming up through, and it has like shoes that were put on its hands. Like this is a loved animal for some child, like, and it's sitting on this chair in this attic room with like little rain boots on its hands, like stuck to it, and another pair of like ballet slippers on its feet. Oh, I can tell it's been played with and loved. I feel that sensation of it being loved. And this room doesn't have a lot in it, but there is this presence of a whale on the ceiling. But it's like this monster whale. It has teeth. You can see it, like it's been drawn and painted. Like this room has been painted in these waves of magical color, like not all of it. You can see now the painting is spreading up to this magical world of this beautiful child, a beautiful girl that didn't have much, but now her room is full of beauty. It is full of beauty and magic. And I see the colors of pink and blue. Her world is now full of magic. Her world is now full of magic. Her world is now full of magic. I sit here feeling this spread in my heart. Thankfulness. Thankfulness. Thankfulness for all that is here in this, what could be considered empty room, but is now full of life and love and stories of wanting to travel oceans and riding on top of the whale, being with the sea creatures and the sea. I see the vast sea, how beautiful it is. Oh yes, let me jump and swim with the whales. We dance and we sing. We're singing this song. It's I feel it reverberate throughout the universe. We jump and we're part of the full universe. It's like there's no place that we cannot be, that this love cannot be expressed and known. It is full. I look up into the skies. There's these auric lights and movements, almost like I see into like these movements wanting to have black holes and all these different movements, beautiful stars, the auroras. I'm looking up into the universe and I see as I go up, it's like I'm at the back of a jet propulsion with wings, or almost like a missile. It's like, even though I don't know that it's the shape of like a shuttle, but it's like I'm traveling up into space in this propulsion up into space, and I'm seeing these nebulas and spheres of beauty stars. They're all so beautiful. Looking across the universe, and I see holes of negative space, and I feel they were beautiful. They've lived beautiful lives, and now that is just empty space, beauty coming back to itself. Beauty coming back to itself. But now I am getting pulled into a different old shed. It's like a cabin, an empty cabin that it's not, I don't know if it's empty, but I'm looking out the door, and the door is like, many of the boards are off it, so it's like you can see through to the screen in parts of it, and it's like very dilapidated. So I'm walking out through the door of this, and it's like I'm in a kind of an old country place. Let me breathe some more so I have some clarity. I'm getting called to a bedroom where a big headboard, but it looks also like a chair, and there's a china doll that is leaning up against this bed. Everything feels kind of old and dilapidated, and this china doll, one of its eyes has been crushed in its jaw through its eye, has been hit. Now as I look on it, I feel it being mended, like it's coming back to life, into perfect beauty, in everything around me is coming into newness and oneness. A beautiful room that's well kept, and the paint is clean, and beautiful clean things. A drawer, a side drawer where you can pull out the drawer, and another lower one that looks and feels like a coffee table, but it has two side wings that you can pull up and down to make it bigger. And there's a front open drawer there, and there's something there, something blue there. I don't know what it is, but I'm being pulled in to the blue. Like, is it chalk? Is it melting? It feels like it's melting all over, and it's blue. Is it wax? It's covering things. An image is trying to come through beyond that, and I'm having trouble seeing it. It's on my left side of vision, so that's interesting. Left side of vision. I was in the Law of One, and it talks about left side impressions perhaps not being of the Law of One, that it is of third density trying to imprint some kind of information within me. I ask that all infinite love and light be surrounding me, that there may be clarity in this, that I may have an unobstructed view in love and light as I clear through and see truly what is here within me that gets to be cleared. Perhaps that is what it is being cleared. Let me have complete and clear vision. Let this come out in clarity in whatever way it can be allowed. This image has turned into a bird, and it's flying, it's transforming. It looks like it's looking for a place to land. It's flapping, it's looking for a place to land. It falls over in my head, and I feel this presence here on the top of my head. And in my head opens, and my eyes, I can feel this area open. Love and light, love and light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel my eyes once again extending and opening, lifting. Breathing in, holding space for my eyes once again to open even more, for the back of my eyes, for the nerves, for the muscles, for that tissue. Expand. I can feel the energy trying to move through in my third eye, the pressure that is there. I allow this area to soften and open. I thank this area for all it is, in gratitude and love, infinite gratitude and love. I invite and allow it to open to a whole new level Thank you. I'm feeling my eyes roll, opening, opening. Ah, yes. I feel an influx of light. It's my third eye. It's light, 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 light. Influxes of information. And breathing as adjustments, adjustments, adjustments. I'm feeling kind of this rotating light energy, like what I felt the day before of this gem that was touching within a circle, and it's slowing down, and feeling this center, of goldness. Feeling a center. I'm opening into another house, or maybe it's this long house and this almost barn-like structure. I feel like the interior, like studs are being applied, like framing is being applied, and starting to fill in the space. I've noticed that in the top left corner above, some living area, there's like a loft area, and I'm being called to presence to that area. And I climb up kind of these steep stairs / ladder up into the space, and I invite whatever is here to be revealed to me in this space. And I invite a skylight to be brought into this space for light to be here. It's like this window. So much more light in here. It feels so much more friendly. Light. And as I look around, it's kind of an empty floor right now, but then there seems to be these toys here. Like maybe this little train set or blocks. Now I'm being called to something else. I'm breathing in. And now like this lounge area with like paneling, and then this old sitting like leather chair. Inspiring me to sit down in it to relax, and I just sit and relax, and I feel it support my back. It still smells kind of like leather. It feels comforting. Maybe it's the oils that are used to prepare the leather. But it smells earthy. I don't know how else. It's not like earth, but kind of this spicy, almost like apricot. Like this apricotness, like a dried apricotness. Yes, like a dried apricotness. Kind of a clove. I don't know, it's interesting. Frankincense. these kind of smells, and then like the musty smell of like tobacco, like someone has smoked a pipe or something. Sweetgrass has been burnt in here too. This is a space of quiet serenity and contemplation in this house. I feel it. It's a small room, but it has a light. I mean, it has a window. And it is like the study, with the books in the wall, in the bookshelves around the window, and kind of a luxurious chair and couch and fireplace. A beautiful room. I'm going to sit here for a moment. I'm looking into the fireplace, and I feel like I'm being called to connect these two spaces in some way. Like there can be some hidden passage. I know there's light in both of these rooms. First I thought maybe through the fireplace, but now the light in both of these rooms, perhaps. It is like both of these rooms can interlay with each other. As if I face the light coming in through the window, light coming in through the windows, and I can walk and approach this window that I am in both at once. I am both at once, and I can feel this connection across ways through my brain. I feel this back and forth, this back and forth, this back and forth. It's opening up. It's this full connection. Like the light is opening up the space between the two rooms, and even though there's a wall, there's no wall here. There's no wall here. It's perfectly compatible between the two. It's walking between the both. I feel beautiful openness, being able to be in both at the same time. Nothing is cut off from one another. I feel this just expanse of being able to experience all the lifting of these areas, and feeling the whole presence of this whole house. This whole house can be in harmony and love. I feel this expanse through this whole house. This love and light permeates all. It is extended through all of it. I mean, even feeling, even down to a basement, I allow myself to naturally feel the spreading of this light, the spreading of this openness and awareness. Breathing in and out, breathing in and out, all the way down, all the way down. I feel myself being pulled by this stairway. It's like kind of almost a circular stairway down into the basement. It was dark down here, but it's opening up, like there's windows now that are being put in the light. The light, the light. not only from the windows, but from the stairway down. I can feel it in my body, like coming down the back through, down to the top of the spine where the skull meets into the spine and spreading down as the sensation continues to spread. I just allow this loving light. I allow this loving light. All these fun things are starting to emerge and flap around like swans and the swans and different things are starting to emerge. I see actually from here the ponds and right now it feels like winter, but the swans are still there. The swans are still there. It's winter, but it's not harsh. It's not cold. It's just kind of this purity that's happening. And the water itself is life. The water itself is life. The snow itself is life. It's crystal and it's crystalled. I feel like it's as if there's just a presence of life, of certain entity forms of lifeness. You are beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for your presence. Continuing to feel this in the back of the spine open. Open at the top of the neck, connecting and supporting the skull. I feel a release down into my shoulder. So I feel releasing. My head bends forward. I'm invited to go down, walk down these stairs. Walking down these stairs, walking into a corner of the basement, and there's like this trench that's dug out in the cement. The cement goes down deep, but there's this trench that I'm being called to be aware of. This trench and there's anguish, some kind of anguish that I'm feeling emote from down there, like it's calling, like, oh, like it part of me feels like, oh, it's demons. What is that? It's the call of the wretched demons of pain, of suffering. I'm aware of it also in the pond. This pond, there's this river and a river that feeds in like this jagged into the pond. First I felt like a scar underneath, but now there is water flowing through. There is water flowing through and flowing through the pebbles, and it's heading up against the pebbles and allowing the words to speak and have form and come and flow in to the lake, the pond, the river. These feelings, these emotions, these words that want to be expressed, that were dried up, like there was no way for them to form, for them to express, that they were cut off and was dried. Now water flows, and I feel as this chasm in the basement is starting to fill and warm, and like this gel of life is starting to express itself, almost as it's coming to mend. It's like changing its form. Oh, I can feel it's a green mending form. Oh, whatever it is that you would like to say, Whatever words, whatever words, whatever words. I am here with you. I am here with you. There is no separation. There is no separation. I am here with you. I am here with you. There is no separation. There is no separation. I am here with you. I feel you, and I like feel into the warmness of this material of this gooey green jelly. Oh my gosh, like the sensation of like pudding, and as I feel and touch it, like the basement starts to become more and more solid. It feels like there's this shiver, and it like integrates this information into this foundation that I'm having, breathing in and out. The basement is mending and whole, and this chasm starts mending all the way up the wall into the basement, into the foundation of the first floor. And up the center of the center, oh my, up into that first beam that I saw that was in the roof, and then met the two side beams for the roof, where that knot was the healing all the way up to there. I love you. Let me hold in presence. Let me hold in presence. Let me hold in presence. The roof now wants to be held in a different way. There will be side beams that go down. Now the center beam, it is now open. It is now lifting and open. All along this roof line now, light, light, light. On the ends, there is light coming in, filling the space. Light. If I look up, I know there's a ceiling, but I see light. And this sensation of energetic that I do not know the words for, but it is there. And it's not even the word presence. I cannot say that is. It is just. It's an energy that is always self-effulgent. It's always self-feeding. It's a beautiful light. It is life that is self-feeding and self-enhancing. Beautiful. I look into it, and the space, now this house, I'm pulling out of it, and I feel like now there's like handles, and one end. Is this just really a box that I'm holding? Am I holding this box like a playhouse? I feel like I'm holding it, and it's like elongating, really long, but I feel one arm is on one hand, and I'm holding the other hand as I pull it out, like it's extending long, long, long. So long. So long. Football fields and football fields, it just continues. It continues to elongate so long. Across the face, like beyond, it's like this is on the face of the earth, but it is not. It is not on the face of the earth. And it's elongating. in this kitchen with this beautiful tile floor. And it's like this house is rumbling and shaking. It has this beautiful iron stove that's like historic. It's gorgeous. Like in the kitchen is like shaking. Oh, I allow you to stretch and extend. This iron claddings and things. Slowly it softens and opens. Slowly it extends, softens, and opens. All the boards around are jiggling. It slowly opens and softens. It's like it's melting, but it doesn't have to melt by through heat. It's this plasma again, this pure green plasma that's bending itself to it, that it's inhabiting, that it's extending and expanding so beautifully, so beautifully. I love you, thank you, so beautifully, so beautifully. I love you. And there's this huge long island and this beautiful light shedding into the kitchen dining. The lights, the windows are so beautiful. They're these kind of like cathedral windows, and they're just all lined up in this beautiful island is extending so long. Like I could invite a whole host of people and have this huge banquet. And there's a table there too. And it's just so long and beautiful and gorgeous and inviting. And oh, it's so pretty. And these chandeliers that bring even extra light, even though we don't have to have light. It's just brings this beautiful, like this glorious choir there. Like the lights are on. It's like the singing that's there. It's like, oh, like angelic choirs are there. And the stove is so big and so long, I could cook thousands of meals all at once. And I could have like a million hands, like tons of me's, like just cooking and rejoicing and singing and serving this gorgeous table. I want to sing and serve this gorgeous meal. All of you beautiful friends of love and light, come eat, let's eat. Yes, let's come and eat together. Beautiful things of nourishment just for the enjoyment. Like in the center there's bowls of apples and fruits, and just even holding the apple and fruit, there's joy of the experience of it, of knowing this energy and the light and the love that is here. Like there's pure enjoyment of just holding this fruit, of just even holding this fruit and laying down in front these beautiful things that we are about to share and eat. And it's not complicated. It's beautiful. And whatever is laid out, it's as if it's saying, I just want to be experienced as I am. And like, we don't even have to eat it necessarily. We touch and we're all edified and learn and grow. Lobster, salmon, fish, things I do not even know or understand, spinach and kale and beautiful greens. All of these beautiful things are laid out in front of us, and we just need to touch it, and we feel and know their essence and the life and the gift they are, all happening right now. All throughout creations of time. Oh, and I'm calling for anything else that wants to be known to come. And all these beautiful things like cherubs and creatures come and bring these amazing life forms and entities that want to share what they are of themselves. They want to share what they are of themselves in love. This is them recognizing and gratitude their consciousness and their ability to have consciousness. They rejoice in it. They rejoice in them being and them being able to be them, of their consciousness and availability of life that is within them. And these creatures bring these things, these big, huge baskets and boxes of things that want to be shared, and it's all spread out on the table, and the table extends and extends, and there's more love and light. And then at the end of the table, there's a large chair, and as one of these big creatures comes and sits down and says, "It's been a while, and I'm glad to be invited." And there's kind of this shock. This entity has not been allowed present in the light realms. And as he sits there, and as I bring my attention to him, this body that seems not full of light, it starts shedding, and the light starts coming through and appearing through it. And he laughs, and he laughs. And his laugh is booming and beautiful. He says, "Leave it to a human." Leave it to a human. He's just happy and content, sitting there relaxed, enjoying himself. Like, I've just been revealed, and now I can be just as I am, wherever I want to be. He is here. He seems to be one who knows a good joke, a good cosmic joke. And he plays with this little thing in his hand. It's like a little kind of marble, a little thing. And I see it, and he's like, "Ah, yes." And at first he tries to hide it. He hides it, and he plays with it, and makes it looks like 5 marbles. And he makes it do these spinning things, and in his big claw hand. And it's not a claw, but his hand's big, and his fingers are kind of like end up in stumps. They're hard, like flat, but they're huge, and he's just so large. And then as I approach closer and closer, he laughs, and he transforms more into the form of a human man, who almost like a jester, the feeling of a jester, of a sphinx, of something that likes to play and joke and fool, and can be whatever it likes. Oh, and now it feels like it's my friend Brian. My friend Brian does hold your energy, doesn't he? At first he had this curly hair, dark, and then he's like appearing more as Brian. "Oh, you are quite devilish, you cute thing." And I feel that energy of fun and play, of wanting to create story and like reveal what is underneath it at the end, like masks, like we're in a play. Like, look what all this is really, but it wants to play. It wants to get you caught up in this play. It wants to get me caught up in this play. And I'll say, "Okay, yes, I see you. I see you. Yes, this is the root of me being able to live a life where I feel my story, this story of Gwen, of Gwen, of Gwen. I see you, yes, I see you." And he pulls out this marble, and he places it in, is it in my hand? I feel it in my hand, but is it in his? And he starts swirling the other hand above it, and this marble starts swirling, and it's like within the hand is this milkiness, this milkiness, like milk. And this marble sinks in, and it's like he's looking into this form of me feeling, and I feel this marble feeling through, feel down to my navel. He says, oh, how funny. You're hungry even while you're full. And I laugh. Yes. There's something there about being hungry. About being hungry. I feel the emotion rise. He says, yes, there is emotion around feeling hungry, feeling abandoned and forgotten, feeling hungry. I see that. This is hard places. The marble, stays here and circulates, pulling energy into it, like it's almost like a clearing of a truth into this marble, this sphere. I breathe in and out. I breathe in and out. I breathe in and out. As this clearing in this area becomes full of light, like that room up in the corner, like it's full, there's light, there's clarity. And there were these toys and blocks that were stumbling, and I was getting in the way. I was throwing them at the walls to be paid attention to. These toys, this train set that has no track. This train set that has no track. I will hold you. It becomes life size. And these blocks, there's so few. I cannot build much of anything. These blocks, I'll put some blocks over the train, like there's a bridge or something, like it's like an A-frame. I remember as a child, very few toys, a few blocks, a few Legos, very few toys. And my mom would allow us to play for a little bit, and then they would be put away. We were very poor. Now this train set is huge, and within it there are huge amounts of playthings, huge amounts of dolls and toys, and endless. I go into one cart and there's endless things I can interact with. Nintendo games, video games, arcade, big trampolines that are huge, and big, huge balls and nets that I can run and roll around in. Anything I could imagine in here. Other universes, like I can play laser gun in a space of zero gravity, and oh, it's so amazing. Like all of these things can appear within this large house, this huge house of light now. I allow this playfulness to arise. I feel this train set like in gold. I allow it to be gold, and this green goo to inhabit and fill it, bring this life to it. And these large building blocks, they can split and become millions of them. Whatever I wish to create and build, it is here. Building blocks. Ah, yes. Building blocks can become little tiny squares, and I can move it with my mind. I'm allowing myself to remember this place of building, of creation and play. All of this, and the whole house opens up to the universe as I can play in infinity. The roof opens like too big as a wide mouth. And this greenness, this green energy, I open into the universe of everything, of anything is possible. I feel this energetics connect to the top of the house as I enter in. Like there's this energetic doorway, a sphere into the universe of everything, of space, and I'm being pulled up. Am I being pulled up? Like I feel like I'm right at the edge, and it's like I want to kiss it. I put my mouth up to this space. Hello. I say hello, and I feel it reverberate throughout the whole universe. I love. I am. I'm feeling the difference between what I say. When I said hello, I felt like it spread wide. Even the word love, there is a concept that attaches to this entity. So there is there's a spatial time, there's a body, so there's a so it's connected to all, but at the same time connected here, wow, deep into the body, into a physical form. Some may say this is a trap, and no, this is the extension, and I feel myself pull into this form. It's the word love, and that opening into eternity in my chest. I feel it. I feel myself being pulled back, as that opening feels deeper and forms deeper right here, solidifying. My head pulling forward, as I fold into myself. I feel my spine stretching as I pull myself forward. I feel the tension, connection to my arm as it relaxes, as the tightness relaxes. It comes out of my arm. There's some releasing deep from the shoulder and the connections and the bones. The bones there, the connections. Like it is, I'm feeling the connection to the gap and the spasm and the gap that was healing in the center. And now it's making its way up through into my joints in my arm and the sensations in my arm. I'm feeling the energy come up through as my right arm releases. I feel the pain. I allow the pain as it stretches, as this area stretches, stretches to accommodate the beauty of life and infinite experience. I love the stretching. I allow myself to feel the pain of the stretching and the bones and the ligaments and material. Feel the energy alive as I feel the stretching even down on the side of my shoulder up to my neck, connection into my skull and the top of my spine, all the way down over into the shoulder, connecting in. I feel myself. This area stretches and stretches I feel my arm wants to tighten. So I tighten, I feel the muscles and stuff compress, and then release, contract, release, release. I feel it release. I feel the release. Thank you. This kind of a homeostasis comes into place on the right side, the shoulder, deep in the ligaments and the tissues. Now stretched, being stretched, complete. Coming into homeostasis. And once again, I feel the light in that stretched dining area, the light coming in from the windows, the beauty as this area becomes engulfed in beauty and beautiful things and gold and draperies and the light spreading, the people sitting. I feel the happiness of joy, of people enjoyment in this area and space, even as I sit here. And I feel the energy, the laughter, the beauty of sharing in life, even as I don't feel that these people are present per se now as I feel it. I feel the veil there between me and them, but there is joy and happiness here in this experience of life. There is joy and happiness here in this experience of life. I continue to feel stretching through the connection of the top of my vertebrae and spine, from the skull down the side, into my shoulder, into the deep areas. Breathing in and out. Thank you. I will tense. All the way up, feeling it all the way up, even up to my spine, the connection, and relax. 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 I'm back here in my body, in my room, feeling the light from my window and the reflection. I see the plants behind me. I thank you. I thank you, all beautiful beings. I thank you for the healing, the presence here. Your beauty is glorious. I thank you and I bow in gratitude and oneness with life, in gratitude and oneness with life. Amen.